All right, I want to show you guys what I'm working on tonight. This is out of my 1988 Porsche 944, and we are fixing the odometer gear. These are pretty well known for destroying the odometer gear if you press the reset button while the vehicle's in motion. That's not something I ever did, but I did loan the car out to a few people. A few other people drove it over the years. So who knows? It could have just happened, and also those gears are pretty crap. So anyway, this is the whole gauge cluster. This is actually a pretty straightforward repair. It looks kind of intimidating, but it's not that bad. Essentially, you take the bezel portion of this off the back. It's just held in with a bunch of screws from the backside. These guys right here, and what that'll give you is your gauge faces. Essentially it'll look like this. All your numbers will be underneath. There's two screws here and there that you pull out, and then the gauge needle just pulls off. There are some differences in years as far as where the stop is on the needle. This one has a mechanical stop. I think some of them don't, so definitely research that before you tear into it. The odometer cluster is held in there with 4 screws. Comes out, looks like this. And then when you look at the back, there will be a gear here that's very obviously missing teeth, and that's the problem. So what I've done so far, basically that little guy goes in there, is removed this one, and this just has a pin, and these other two just have these little circlips. So remove those from each of these gear shafts, and then you can remove the gears from the assembly. So. The drive gear, the main drive gear, it looks fine, this one, but it's super stiff. As you can see, it doesn't want to rotate freely. So I think 1988 grease is probably just done on there. So you can order these gears online. You have to make sure that you get the right tooth count so that you get the proper odometer. But anyway, there's Clark's Garage has a write-up on taking this out. Maybe I'll do one when I put it back in, but it's pretty straightforward. They tell you have to take the steering wheel off. I managed to get it out of there without taking the steering wheel off, so it's a little bit easier. Honestly, just getting the bezel around the gauge cluster was kind of a pain in the butt to get off. So, but otherwise, looks like it should be a pretty straightforward repair. I'm tempted to replace all these guys with LEDs when I'm in here. I'll have to see if I can find some part numbers for those, because it's pretty obvious that they get a little warm in there, huh? Silly German design. And yes, I'm doing this in my kitchen. As you can tell, I'm single and there's nobody to tell me that I can't do it. So hope you guys enjoy. Hopefully it'll help somebody out if you're having the same issue where your 944 odometer stops working. Like I said, you can get these gears, you can get replacements for them online. I think they're around $20, so not terribly expensive to have a working odometer again. Hope you guys enjoyed.